Greetings, 'tis I, Alibaps, and today I will be teaching you how to win every single build battle. Those who watch my Twitch streams know that I do a lot of build battles already, and today I want to share with you my general knowledge and information on the Hive build battles so you can build better too. Let's jump straight in. Now, when you start your build battle, you might notice that the floor is very white and very boring. And there's an actual fix for this. You can change the floor by holding a block and typing in the chat and command section /floor. Doing this will change your entire floor to whatever you're holding. And this really helps your builds because sometimes you can have a really good build, but when it's just on that plain surface, it just, it doesn't stick out as much, and it can make you lose votes, unfortunately. You can also do this with water if you want to make maybe an island or some sort of ocean type build. You can even do it with lava for when you're doing nether type builds. Now, one thing you got to think about is that you cannot place blocks on top of liquids. So there's an easy fix for this. Just simply change the floor back into a block, place a few blocks, and then change the floor back and just build off them. Now, we all know that in creative and survival, when you place down water or lava, it will expand and flow. And this is how we make pools and waterfalls and things like that. But in the Hive, it works a little bit differently. They actually just are solid blocks and they won't flow at all. And this can be a bit frustrating when you're building those things. As well as things like your farm stuff. There's no bone meal in your creative menu when you're building. So to actually grow things, you can shift click them and you can go through the various different stages of growth as well, and you can add those just nice little extra details to your build by doing this. It also works for things like sweet berries as well. You just go through the different phases of growth. But one thing that does still work is waterlogging stairs as well as beacons. And what's something really cool about the Hive that I only found out when making this video is that if you place down a campfire, you can trigger it to turn on and off. This could be good for building as well. Now it's time to talk about circles and spheres. I believe that it is really important to learn how to build these just off the top of your head. You wouldn't believe how many wonky ass fucking circles I've seen in build battles. And they're honestly not that hard to build either. You're probably thinking, well, is it really that important? Well, I think so. Turning the simplest of spheres can become wonderful little builds. Just look at this glass circle. You put a tube and a base on that, boom, you got a bong. It's fantastic. And they're quite easy to build once you know the kind of pattern of how to build them, which I'll show you now. Now, you want to start off by building your circle and doing that upright. And by doing this, you can tell how big your sphere is going to be, because you don't want it to be too big. You've got a 10-minute time limit, and you don't want to be wasting that whole time building a circle that's too big. So once you have that upright, you just want to do the exact same shape, but diagonally. That's not diagonal, it's horizontal. What a twat. Once you're done, it should look a little bit something like this, and then you just want to build yet another circle on the remaining axis. Nice and easy. I mean, there you have it. You practically already have your circle already. Now, next what you want to do is thicken your lines. You want it to be about as thick as like your middle part of the circle is. So for me that is 3 blocks wide. And I'm going to go ahead and make every single line I've just made 3 blocks wide. Then once you're done with that, just add these little corner pieces to every center area of the sphere. This just helps round off the general shape of the build and make it look a little bit more circular. You just remember to go across every single surface, top, bottom, left, right, up and down, and from there all you have to do really is fill in the corner pieces, which I'll show you how to do in just a second. And there you have it, a sphere. Nice and easy to build, and not too hard to finish off. And once you've mastered this and got it down quickly, you can build anything you want. Now, the next thing I'm going to teach you how to build is a little person character type thing. There's a lot of themes and subjects where sometimes you just need to build a character or a person to help emphasize your build, and first thing you want to do is just grab all your materials. I grab something for the shoes, the trousers, the t-shirts. I like using striped wood for skin tones. I think you can get a good variety of skin tones. I also like using the terracotta colours because you get like a nice darker, more natural looking shade of the colours. So you just want to start off by doing the feet, and they're just quite simply 2 blocks next to each other like so. Then you want to go to the trousers, and I like to build 3 up from one of the blocks and then build along the top of them, and you've already got your trousers. And for the t-shirt we want to build 4 up on every single row here, and you've pretty much got your torso. You want to add your sleeves for your arms. And when I build the arms, I kind of make them down to the waist length. Obviously that can change if they're doing arm movements and things like that. You want to add the neck in the center and just build a cube on the top. I like to build this nice little base, 3x3 base, and then just build up about 2 to 3 up from there. And once we build the head, we want to add some facial features like a nose, and then we're going to use some white concrete for the eyes and some polished black stone buttons for the pupils. Next up we're just going to add some hair. I like removing the top layer and sometimes the back layer. Obviously it really depends on what type of character you're trying to make, with long hair, short hair, ponytails, buns. You know, your imagination is your limit really when it comes to these, I think. And there you go, that is how you build a very simple, very easy character. And like I said earlier, the options are limitless. As long as you think it, you could probably make it. And by adding and taking away certain features, you can create all sorts of characters. You can also put things in their hands to make them more recognizable, or change, you know, their colors, and maybe add a belly or add a back to them, just to make them look more like that character. Also like doing slabs to add eyebrows. It gives them a little bit extra expression if that's what you want to go for. And sometimes adding things like stone buttons for the face can help for more expressions and emotions. Now don't forget that just because your character is all good on the front doesn't mean it's all good at the back, and sometimes they're wearing a coat or have a t-shirt design, you might want to just quickly cover that up with some blocks, and even though it adds an extra layer, it's not that deep and it can just help tidy up your build a bit. Take a look at this ball. Now if I told you this ball was moving, you wouldn't believe me. It's just there, plain and boring. Now, if we take a look at this ball, and I told you the same thing, you'd agree with me that it is moving somewhere, it's being thrown. And that's because of action lines. It's something that's used in comics often to evoke something that is moving. And you can do this to your builds as well, just by adding simple stained glass trajectories and lines can help you animate your build so much, whether it's bouncing or being thrown or something like that. Just helps out a lot. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Unfortunately, that's all I've got time for today. If you'd like more tips and tricks in the future, maybe consider subscribing for a part 2. We also have some more episodes of Stone Survivalists on the way, so be sure to look out for that. We've also got something special planned for the future, so please subscribe and keep yourself updated. Peace.